Hello everyone. Welcome to World of Literature. I am glad you are here. Today I am going to talk about one of R.K. Narayan's most famous novels, The Guide. This story is set in the town of Malgudi and follows the life of Raju, a simple railway guide who slowly becomes popular because of his clever and talkative nature. But his life takes a big turn when he meets Rosie, a talented dancer, and her husband Marco. As the story moves forward, we see Raju change again and again through love, success, greed, failure, and finally a search for truth. In this video, I will take you through his journey and help you understand the deeper meaning behind this powerful and thought provoking novel. So, R.K. Narayan's novel, The Guide, tells the story of Raju, who is a simple man who changes many times in life. The story is set in the small town of Malgudi. Raju begins as a railway guide who talks to tourists and earns money by showing them places. He is clever, talkative, and knows how to impress people. Slowly, he becomes popular and is known as Railway Raju. His life changes when he meets a couple named Marco and Rosie, who come to visit Malgudi for research and travel purposes together. Marco is a serious and quiet man who is more interested in books, caves, and history than in people. Rosie, his wife, is very different. She loves dancing and has a deep passion for art. However, Marco does not respect her interest in dance. He believes it is not respectable. Rosie feels lonely and unhappy in her marriage. Raju notices her sadness and slowly becomes close to her. He listens to her, understands her feelings, and encourages her love for dance, which begins to change their lives deeply. As Raju and Rosie grow closer, they begin to spend more time together. Raju starts helping Rosie follow her dream of becoming a dancer. Meanwhile, Marco becomes more distant and careless toward Rosie. Eventually, Marco discovers the growing closeness between Raju and Rosie. He feels hurt and angry and he decides to leave Rosie. This moment becomes a turning point in the story. Rosie is left alone and Raju takes responsibility for her, even though he knows this decision may bring problems in his future life. Raju now takes control of Rosie's career and helps her become a famous dancer. He changes her name to Nalini to make her more acceptable in society. With Raju's guidance, Rosie becomes very successful and earns respect and fame. Raju enjoys the wealth and attention that comes with her success. However, his greed begins to grow. He starts making decisions for money and control rather than care and honesty. This change in his character slowly leads him towards trouble as he begins to lose his sense of right and wrong. Raju's desire for control leads him to commit a serious mistake. He forges Rose's signature on some documents related to her property. He believes he is helping manage her affairs, but this dishonest act creates big problems. The truth comes out, and Raju is arrested and sent to prison. His relationship with Rosie also breaks during this time. She feels betrayed and hurt by his actions. Raju loses everything his fame, money, and respect. His fall from success to failure shows how wrong choices can destroy a person's life completely. After serving his prison sentence, Raju feels lost and unsure about his future. He does not want to return to his old life or face people who know about his past. So he travels to a new place near a village by a river. There, he meets a simple villager named Vilan. Due to a misunderstanding, Vilan believes that Raju is a holy man or a spiritual guide. At first, Raju tries to correct him, but soon he decides to accept this new role for his own comfort. Raju begins living as a sadhu or holy man near an old temple. The villagers start visiting him for advice and blessings. At first, Raju pretends to be wise, but slowly he begins to think deeply about life and his actions. He starts speaking carefully and helps people solve their problems. Though his role began as a lie, he slowly begins to feel a sense of responsibility. The respect he receives from villagers make him think about becoming a better person and living honestly in his new identity. One day, a serious drought affects the village. There is no rain, crops fail, and people begin to suffer. The villagers become worried and look to Raju for help. They believe that as a holy man, he can bring rain through prayer and fasting. Raju is confused and afraid because he knows he is not truly a saint. However, he feels trapped in his role. The villagers request him to fast for 12 days to please the gods and bring rain to their land. At first, Raju hesitates and thinks about running away, but then he begins to feel a strange sense of duty. He decides to accept the fast even though it is difficult and dangerous. As he starts fasting, he becomes weak day by day. The villagers support him and pray for rain. Raju's mind changes during this time. He begins to reflect on his past mistakes and feels a desire to become truly good. His false role slowly turns into a real spiritual journey within himself. As the fast continues, Raju's health becomes worse. He struggles to stand and speak, but he does not give up. The villagers gather around him and pray with hope. Raju now feels that he is doing something meaningful for others. He forgets his past selfish actions and focuses on helping the people. His transformation becomes complete as he sacrifices his comfort and possibly his life for the villagers. This moment shows his growth from a selfish man to someone who cares deeply about others and their suffering. On the final day of the fast, Raju is extremely weak. He is helped to the river to perform the last ritual. He tries to stand in the water and pray for rain. He says that he can feel rain coming from the hills, though it is not clear if it is real or imagined. The novel ends with this unclear moment. Readers are left wondering whether the rain actually comes or if Raju dies during the process of fasting. The ending of the novel is open and thoughtful. It does not give a clear answer about Raju's fast. Instead, it allows readers to think about the meaning of his action. Did he truly become a saint or was he still pretending? Did his sacrifice bring real change or was it only symbolic? This uncertainty makes the story more powerful. It shows that life is complex and people can change in unexpected ways even after making serious mistakes in their past. One of the main themes of the novel is transformation. Raju changes from a simple guide to a manager, then to a criminal, and finally to a spiritual figure. Each stage of his life teaches him something important. Another theme is the conflict between truth and illusion. Raju lives many parts of his life based on lies, but in the end, he tries to find truth. The novel also explores human weakness, showing how desire, greed, and pride can lead to downfall. Rosie's character is also important in the story. She represents passion, independence, and courage. Despite facing rejection from her husband and society, she follows her dream of dancing. Her journey shows the struggle of women in a traditional society. Marco represents logic and cold thinking, while Raju represents emotion and desire. These contrasting characters make the story rich and meaningful. Each character adds depth to the story and helps in showing different sides of human nature and behavior. In conclusion, The Guide is a powerful story about life, mistakes, and change. It teaches that people can learn from their past and try to become better. Raju's journey shows that even a flawed person can grow and find purpose. The novel uses simple language but carries deep meaning. It remains one of R.K. Narayan's most famous works because of its strong characters and meaningful message. The story leaves readers thinking about truth, sacrifice, and the possibility of redemption in human life. So thank you for watching this video. Your support means a lot. Keep reading, keep learning, and stay connected with world of literature. Thank you.